Chapter 14, Evacuation. After coming home to find your house ransacked, you race outside to see the woods outside the town aflame. The signal that the creatures have arrived. Those flames on the south side of town, which means, so are the bad guys. But we aren't ready. We still have to get all the townspeople to safety. The hospital's on the north side, away from the fire and the attackers. I'll start holding people there, but the town needs to be alerted. The school intercoms. There's an emergency setting meant for natural disasters. We can use that. Then it's settled. I'll run to the school, broadcast the plan over the intercom, and... No, Parker! I don't want to be separated from you again! I don't want to be separated from you either, but... we can get more done if we split up. You know the hospital, I know the school. Both are key to our plan, and we have to work as efficiently and effectively as possible to save lives. I'll be safe with Gabe and Cass, promise. I swear on my life, Dr. Reese, nothing will happen to Parker while she's with us. We won't let her out of our sight, and we'll make sure we get the evacuation warning broadcasted. You can count on us. Your mom's expression softens as she looks over at your two vampire protectors. I really can't, can I? I wasn't so sure at first, but it's undeniable. You two really do care about my daughter. Well, of course we do. The one thing you'll get me and Golden Boy to agree upon, Parker's safe with us. Then I trust you. Help her save this town, and bring her back to me. They nod resolutely, and she turns her gaze to you, her eyes filling with tears. Meet me at the hospital the second you're done. I will, I promise. You wrap your arms around her for a quick hug, and then set off for the school, with Gabe and Cass by your side. You dash over to the high school and rush to the school's main hallway, heading for the intercom in Astoria's office. The enemy army will hit town any minute. We gotta hurry. But, as you run, you catch a glint of light shining off something metallic. Up ahead is a vampire hunter statue you've passed every day since August. Never thought I'd say this, but if there were still any vampires around, I'd love to borrow their gear right around now. Gabe and Cass skid to a sudden stop. They share a nod, then Cass slams her hand into the glass around the statue, shattering it. What are you doing? Rumor says that forever ago the humans stashed away their last set of vampire hunter gear. You know, for memories. The leather is specially reinforced to be durable against vampire attacks, and the crossbow is real? It complete with silver bolts. Super effective against vampires in case you end up having to face any. Gabe reaches under the base of the statue and pushes in a handle, revealing a hidden drawer. He takes out an outfit and holds it out to you. Come on, new girl, the whole outfit's basically got a built-in offense and defense. Golden Boy and I can look out for you, but we'd both feel better if you took all the precautions available to you. Diamond choice, your enemies won't know what hit them. Okay, this was a great idea. Who are you telling? You and Leather. Plus, those creations will, know they're doomed the second they get sight of you. Then let's get this show on the road. The three of you rush onward towards the office, the feel of your new crossbow bumping against your back, making you feel all the more ready for what's to come, even though she's never shot one in her entire life. You round the corner of the next hallway, but you skid to a stop just outside the office when you hear a voice already ringing over the intercom system. Citizens of Crimson Beech, this is an emergency broadcast. Due to the forest fire, you must evacuate immediately to the hospital. There, assistance and instructions will be provided to you. Is that... I repeat, all citizens of Crimson Beech must evacuate to the hospital immediately. As you burst in the office, Astoria takes her finger off the intercom button and turns to face you, the absence of her usual glower taking you aback. I never thought I would say this, but I'm pleased to see the three of you. She eyes your outfit with a quirked brow. Even more so now that I see you're prepared for the task I require you for. We need all hands on deck. The humans are going to panic, believing the fire will spread rapidly through the town. Wait, believing? It's a fire. Won't it actually spread? The fire isn't real. It's a manifestation of magical energy kept alive by each year's autumn festival. My company's formed an advance guard to pick off the creations as they arrive, while the Clements are directing the humans to the hospital. Extra help will be needed to ensure the rescue plan is successful. Can I count on you to help evacuating the humans? One question. Who figured out this plan? It's just my mom and I came up with the exact same one. If you must know, Lewin was the mastermind of this brilliant and empathetic plan. Are you satisfied? Maybe. Fine. I'm in. I'll help guide the humans to safety. I'm coming too. Was I unclear, Harlow? The Venedies are forming an advance guard to pick off the Evacuations as they arrive. Yeah, but I'm not leaving Parker to run through a town of panicking humans when the enemy's right on the other side of the tree line. Then I'll help the Venedies take on the first wave of creations. Those monsters have killed enough, and I'm not about to let them hurt the Covens anymore. You three are impossible. Do what you want, just don't get in the way of the plan. She throws her hands in the air. She stalks out of the office. You, Gabe, and Cass each face each other in an unusual long silence. Aldahar, you sure? That you'll keep Parker safe? Or that I can fight a bunch of Venedies? Because I'm sure about both. I've got a town and a future to protect. Oh, isn't that sweet? Just keep an eye on each other, okay? Without me there, you're gonna have to work twice as hard to keep each other in one piece. We'll, make it back to you, Gabe. I promise. He lifts a hand to your cheek, cupping it tenderly in his palm. Yeah, I know you will. Though he tries his best to smile, you can see the fear in his eyes and the reluctance to let you go. You lean in, softly, gently press a kiss to his lips, lingering for several moments before pulling away. There. When all this is done with, you can give it back to me. I'll return it with interest. Cheeks flare with heat as Cass clears her throat gruffly. I hate to break up your hallmark moment. Listen, do you want a kiss too? You feel a pang at her flare of jealousy, but she quickly tries to rein it in. We're losing precious time. So, this is it, huh? The fight to the end all fights? And it's so much bigger than just us. It's the whole damn world. I don't regret any of this. If I had the chance to do it all over again, even knowing it would lead us to facing down the Creator and his army, I wouldn't change a thing. That sounds suspiciously like a goodbye. Don't you know this sentimental crap is bad luck before a battle? You can tell us after we survive. You're right. Good luck out there. You too, Aldar. Let's save the town. You and Cass hurry to the gym first, where you dig out a baseball bat from the collection of sports equipment. You slap it against your open palm, the smack ringing out through the empty gym. Ready to clobber some monsters. Yep, even though we got a crossbow bolt. In case my crossbow runs out of bolts, I want to make sure I can keep the monsters at a distance. Good call. Nothing's quite as satisfying as clubbing a monster over the head. Cass suddenly tenses a second later. Even you hear why. The sounds of panic have become audible. Are there people in the school? You and Cass emerge to see a terrified crowd of humans gathered in the school quad. This way. I have a key. We'll be safe inside. What? No. Didn't you hear the alert? We're all supposed to evacuate to the hospital. Yeah, but the school's closer. We don't have time to run all the way across town. Trust me, the school isn't safe. It's too close to the fire. If the fire spreads, I don't know if the school will be able to hold out. Well, it's made of brick. Why the hell wouldn't it? Clearly, you failed in science class. And besides, the Crimson Beech Fire Department is really quite capable. If the fire starts to spread, they'll put it out. But there might be too much smoke. You could... Do you all want to get cooked to a crisp and die here? You all... And the humans jump at Cass's outburst. Okay, we're going. As the crowd runs off, you glance over at Cass, her body coiled tensely and her expression uneasy. Let's just keep moving. We have more idiots to save against their will. See, I believe in Darwin. The sparsely placed street lamps lighting your way. You and Cass race downtown. You're slowed to a stop by a massive crowd of people flooding the street. Let me through! I don't know where to go! There's so many of them. Jeez, what the hell am I doing here, Parker? Cass's voice is tight in frustration as she watches people run in every direction like headless chickens, rubbing, shoving and screaming at each other in their attempts to reach safety. What do you mean? You're helping me get everyone to the hospital. No, what the hell am I doing here? It should be Golden Boy. He's the big hero. She turns to you and you spot the panic in her eyes. I don't know the first thing about protecting humans. What the hell was I thinking? I'm not cut out for saving the town. I should be fighting where I belong. Cass, what do you... I'm saying I can't do this. I screwed up. Through the anger on her face, you can see that she's trying to mask her crippling down and her fear letting you down. She's panicking, and then everything she said will really come true. But if I can calm her down, I know she can handle this. Diamond choice, of course. Cass, you can do this. I believe in you. Stepping in front of Cass, you carefully place your hands on her face, cupping your fingers and using them as blinders. Hey, just focus on me for a second. Her gaze meets yours and stays put. Good. Now, I'm not letting you go until you realize everything you just said is a load of crap. What are you... I'm living proof that you spent this whole year protecting a human, so if you can do it for one, you can do it for more. But you're different. And besides, protecting you always involves fighting. I can do fighting. But that's not all you can do, and you know it. What about the time you... helped Gabe out with his feral state, stood up to your own coven, got me home safe after the festival debacle? Let's try feral state. The fight was over by the time you got there, but you still use your words to defuse a dangerous situation. You helped me, and you helped Gabe, too, by making sure he didn't do something he'd never be able to forgive himself for. I wasn't thinking about Golden Boy, I was thinking about keeping you alive and kicking, that's all. And you succeeded without throwing a single blow. It's not just me. All the guys at school look up to you. Yeah, right. Margot... Yeah, even Margot. I've seen the way she looks at you. Your approval matters to her. And Seth, he has so much respect for you, and you go out of your way to look out for him, no matter what. You are a protector, Cass. You always have been. And she refuses to meet your eyes. You take her hands in yours, holding them tight. Cass Harlow, I know you care about this town, and I swear to you, I'm going to help you protect it however I can. Crimson Beech has great defenders, huh? That's us, just the two of us. We can do anything. You think so? Look at me and tell me I'm wrong. Her eyes meet yours, and seeing the determination in yours, a determined fire ignites in her eyes as well. Okay, you got me on board. You smile at her, but that smile quickly drops when you hear the sounds of a child crying. Mama, Mama, where are you? Here goes nothing. Cass? Before you know it, Cass's hand has left yours, and she's crouching down in front of a little girl. Hey, kid, what's your name? Gladys. Okay, Gladys. You need help finding your mom. Yeah. Well, today's your lucky day. You know why? She shakes her head, wiping away her tears. 'Cause I'm here, and that means we're gonna find your mom in no time. Really? Thank you. She throws her arm around Cass, giving her a tight hug. Oh. Now that's adorable. After a moment of initial shock, Cass awkwardly pats her on the back a few times as you walk up to them. Gladys blinks up at you. Who are you? I'm Scarlett Johansson. What do you want? I'm... your new friend's sidekick. Whoa, is she a superhero? Definitely. I knew it! Biting back on an amused smile, Cass looks into the girl's eyes. Now, think hard. Do you remember where you were when you last saw your mom? Yeah, we were in front of the store with the pretty dresses in the window. Mama was wearing a yellow sweater and brown pants. See? You're great at this. Come on, let's head to the boutique. Little girl gives Cass a weak smile and grabs her hand, clutching tightly. So Cass, as you make your way quickly over to the boutique. In the crowd, you spot a woman in a yellow sweater and looking around frantically. Gladys! Gladys, where are you? Oh, here I was hoping we'd play Where's Waldo with yellow shirt, brown pants, but you know. There, that must be her. Mama! Oh my god, Gladys. She drags Cass along, only dropping her hand when she leaps into her mother's arms. Tears of relief stream down both of their faces. You brought my baby back to me. You may have saved her life. It's nothing. She's a superhero, Mama. Ah, she is. I don't know how I could ever possibly thank you enough. You could do it by getting yourselves to safety to the hospital, and make sure not to lose each other again. We will. We'll do it right away. Before they go, she throws her arms around Cass. Thank you, you're my hero. Cass just stands there, stunned, as Gladys and her mother disappear into the crowd. With a small grin, you nudge her with your shoulder. See that? That's because of you. I really did that, didn't I? I helped a kid, and she wasn't scared of me or anything. Show her your fangs. She would still be like, wow! That's cool! Far from it. You've got yourself a new fan. 2 of them, actually. I never could have pulled it off pulled off that kind of scout badge earning move if it weren't for you. I don't know. I think you're capable of a lot more than you give yourself credit for. She lets out a soft laugh and shakes her head. This day just keeps getting weirder. Your breath catches at the warmth in her gaze as she grins at you, and you find yourself instinctively leaning in towards her. Taking hold of her chin, you tilt her head to the side and capture her lips in a deep, passionate kiss. That's what you get for being a superhero. Yay! She shifts closer, bringing her body up against yours. The chaos around you fades. All the confidence Cass was lacking before is regained in the way she moves her lips against yours. She presses her nose from your cheek to your jawline before bringing her head down to the crook of your neck. She trails kisses from that spot all the way up until she meets your lips again. Way to make me feel like I really am in some Hallmark movie. You're the one who won't stop kissing me. Don't plan to. Either you do, you can't help but bring your lips together while chaos in the streets happens, and screw saving the people, we just need to make out over and over and over again, not even feeling satisfied. Finally you pull apart from one another and Cass laughs wryly. What is it? This was supposed to be my big hero moment, but here you are once again coming to my rescue. You saved the kid, and you helped me believe I could. You know what's crazy? How much you come into my lives changed the way I look at the world. Oh yeah? In what ways? Well, I know that humans aren't weak, for one. She looks at you with a special sort of pride as she says that. You flex your bicep and kiss it, shooting her a wink. Well, hell no we aren't. Just embarrassing and uncool. Hey! But the grin on her face turns to something much more serious. The craziest thing of all is this is the first time I've ever worried about dying. Yes. Will you let me finish? I'm not worried about death itself. I'm worried because for the first time in my life I actually have something to live for. I have you. Her unexpected words, the vulnerability in them makes your heart leap to your chest. You take her hand and squeeze it tight. Feelings mutual. Now that I have you, I'm never letting go. Smirk spreads over her face and she squeezes your hands back. You better not. In the newfound sense of confidence, the two of you hurry the rest of the way to the hospital, hurting the scared crowds of humans as you go. When you make it to the hospital, you see hordes of panicked people trying to fight their way through the doors and creating a bottleneck. No pushing, please. Parker, you made it. Your mom runs to you, expertly dodging the crowd and sweeping you into a massive hug. Oh, my Mom. Come on, we need to get inside now. Wait, I want to stay out here and help people calm down. You go get everyone inside settled in. If you're staying out here, then so am I. Mom, you can't. You're the only person who knows the truth. Everyone else thinks the fire is a threat, and you know better. We need you on the inside, directing things in case something goes wrong. Oh, alright, you and your good points. Everything will be fine. Cass and I have got this. Cass slings an arm around your shoulder. I like how she doesn't ask where Gabe is. I guess he just died in the chaos. He fought the creatures, you know. Just died, meh. He's a good guy. We're gonna have these humans feel safe, though. They'll forget that they even were in danger to begin with. Your mom lets out a surprised laugh in spite of herself. Well, okay. Come and find me as soon as you can. I'm so proud of you, Parker. With one last hug, she disappears inside the hospital, glancing onto the side you spot. Come through, right this way. Plenty of space for everyone. Lewin. Parker, Cass, it's good to see you both. Thank you for your help corralling the humans. I think they are nearly enough for... there are nearly enough for the plan to succeed. What do you mean? I thought this plan was to shelter the humans here. Before he can respond, Cass suddenly sniffs the air. Before her eyes suddenly flash silver and her fangs sprout from her jaw. Damn it, I smell creations. Right on time. The unease that has been trickling through you turns to ice in your veins. You and Astoria aren't protecting the humans. You're luring them here as bait for the creations. Oh my god, and I helped you. How could you pretend to care? To be quite frank, my compassion for my fellow vampires wins out this time. My goal is simple, keep the creations away from the red beech tree. The method doesn't matter. You're just as bad as Shiloh. You're disgusting. Wait a minute. There's something off about these creations. They smell wrong. Screams ring out as the crowd surges forward, and then, at the end of the long hospital drive, you spot... Okay, we're reusing assets at this point. Monsters leap out of the shadows, darting after the humans that have fallen behind. Someone! Help us! Help! In the chaos, you spot Libby trying to reach safety, but she's far from the hospital doors, too far. Start running without thinking, intent only on stopping the creations from bearing down on her. Parker! Stop the monster with the Silver Traps Talisman. Obliterate it with the Sunstrike Talisman. Skewer it with a crossbow bolt. I'm gonna obliterate it. Cass, fall back. Cass slows a few steps behind you as you activate your Sunstrike Talisman. The concentrated beam of sunlight shoots past Libby and annihilates her attacker. You sprint to Libby's side and grab her wrist and start pulling her back the other way. Quick, you've got to get inside. Parker, what the hell is going on? What are those? Listen, I said get inside, no time to explain. Help! Looking back over your shoulder, you see a group of your teachers surrounded by 3 oddly formed creations. Give Libby an extra shove towards the hospital doors. Keep running, get yourself to safety, and don't look back. Libby takes off while you double back, rushing to defend your teachers before it's too late. Can't you scream any louder than that, stupid mortals? Closing around your teachers, the creations don't even notice you circling them, trying to figure out the best mode of attack. Silver Ward Talisman. You activate your Silver Ward Talisman, sending out a cloud of dust that blankets the creations. Ah! The pain! They all fall to the ground, screaming, clutching their poisoned skin, their movements slowing as their life force drains. Miss Adams, Mr. Phillips, run. I don't need telling twice. Parker, look out. At the sound of her voice, you spin around just in time to see a mutated creation lunging at you, claws extended. Hey, it's Spider-Man, when the mutation took hold. Stab it with my Poison Talisman. Make a shield with my Silver Ward Talisman. Block with my Reinforced Arm Pads. Stab it. Thinking fast, you activate your Poison Talisman, plunging the point straight into the center of the monster's outstretched palm. Take that. What did you just do? The creation jerks its hand back, and with a confused look on its face, it falls over dead. Cass, come on. We need to help with the other humans. You and Cass spot Nicole and Harrison nearby and run over. They watch horrified as the frantic humans try to fight their way through the bottlenecked hospital doors. This isn't how it's supposed to go. The humans were supposed to be safe here. That's because Lewin's an asshole. Are you kidding me? Lewin planned this all along. He said so. All-you-can-eat human buffet to draw out the enemy. What? Lewin said we were here to help the humans. And he fooled you too. That's not what's important right now, look. It's simple, we kill Lewin. You point back towards the door where a fresh wave of screams rise. Oh, they're reusing you too now. Let us inside, please, the monsters are coming! A sea of misshapen creations converge on the hospital, bloodthirsty shrieks ringing out as they close in on the humans stuck outside the doors. No, it won't end this way. You reach out for your newest talisman, activating as your pulse hammers in your ears. Sensory deprivation. Immediately, the creations narrowing in on the humans slow and stagger, their senses temporarily eliminated. What's happening? Get him. Harrison and Nicole leap into action, taking out the confused creations with ease. It's not over yet. You jam your thumb into your poison talisman, extending the deadly poison-tipped needle. Eat this! Get the hell away from my friends. Fueled by rage, you sprint up to the creations that have gotten close to the doors and jamming your poison talisman into them indiscriminately. They fall to the ground in scores, body rigid in death, but more rush in. You whip your crossbow up in front of you, teeth gritting in fury as you take aim. Eat silver. You let loose bolt after bolt, listening to them thud into the creations, sending them toppling to the ground like stones. Nice one. Harrison, Nicole, help me take him out. You got it. Protect the humans. You watch, breathless, with exhaustion, as the three of them eliminate the failed creations nearing the doors. Can I have a few drops of blood, please? That'd be great, right? What are these things supposed to be, anyways? They look like a kid's doodles gone wrong. We know the creator's picky with who he decides to turn. I think they're what happens when he chooses wrong. Whatever they are, this ends now. Around you, the Clements move like bolts of lightning, fighting hard against the failed creations, as they inch their way closer and closer to the hospital doors. And suddenly you hear a loud boom. Portions of the hospital's driveway explode, sending dirt and asphalt sky high. Something whizzes by your head too fast for your eyes to see. It's Silver. Take cover! Cass wrangles you to the ground and you throw your arms over your head. But the warning comes too late for everyone. All over the battlefield, mutated creations and Clements scream alike as they're pierced with flying shrapnel. Oh my god. You peek out from under your arms to find Lewin standing just outside the doors, watching the chaos unfold, a small detonator in his hand. Clements rejoiced. You've been given the ultimate gift, the opportunity to die for the good of your coven. Why don't you get out here and die with them? For a moment, all you can hear are the agonizing screams of an impaled vampires and slamming the hospital doors behind Lewin's retreating figure, and everything goes quiet. What the hell just happened? You take a look around the battlefield, your heart leaping as you see far more humans alive than dead, all desperately running into the hospital. We did it. Most of the humans survived. As the adrenaline fades from your body, a wave of white-hot rage surges through you. Your hands shake as you let out a frustrated shout. I'm so angry with Lewin. I finally thought we were on the same side, and he tricks me into betraying the humans in this town. No, you don't get to blame yourself. He fooled members of his own coven, too, and they paid for it with their lives. This is on him. Cass points to the battlefield, and you survey it again. Beneath the anger, something nags at the back of your mind. Something about the monstrous corpses that dot the landscape. Hang on, this can't be it. Why would the creator send these creators of... when he has an army of super strong creations? Because this would be B-string. He's waiting to send in the A-team. Boom, boom, boom. Damn, you're right. These guys weren't anything like what we saw in the woods. Those things cut us down in minutes. The creator must not have taken the bait, which means, oh god, the rest of them are in town. Lewin's plan failed. We need to get back to the red beech tree. She picks you up and races towards the woods. The trees blur past you as you repeat the same words over and over in your mind. Hang on, Gabe, we're coming. But as soon as you arrive back at your school, you find it overrun with creations before you can even get to the red beech tree. Kill the vampires! The Venedis are prepared thanks to your intel. But they aren't alone. Astoria's Venedi forces match the creations in number, keeping them from penetrating any deeper into the campus. That's it. Keep them on their toes. Yes, the advanced guard is holding up, but they're still outnumbered. You leap off of Cass's back and start running through the chaos. Gabriel, where are you? But at the sound of your voice, the nearest creations all turn towards you. Get the human! Wait, let me get this. So you guys want to ignore the vampires that are currently on par with you? For little old me. Uh-huh. Parker! Cass! At once, everything is a blur. You throw yourself out of the way of the monster's attacks, and before you know it, you've lost sight of Cass. And you catch another sight across the quad that makes your heart skip a beat. Gabriel's alone in hand-to-hand combat with a failed creation. Get that smirk off your face! The monster dodges his attacks before swiping at him. Gabriel stumbles back, clearly winded. Prepare to die! Gabriel is in serious trouble. I've got to help him out. Run across the battlefield to fight back-to-back with Gabriel, taking out any creation's diamond choice. I'm coming, Gabriel! Gabriel, hang on. I'm coming. Without any thought for your own safety, you sprint as fast as you can in his direction as the gnarly creation snarls in vicious anticipation. I'm going to enjoy tearing you apart, vampire! I've got to think fast. I don't know, silver trap talisman. Get the hell away from him. You activate your trap talisman, aiming it at the creation's legs. The liquid silver shoots out, wrapping swiftly around its ankles. What's this? Its confusion turns to pain as the silver begins to burn. Parker, what? Fight now, talk later. Right. Gabriel lunges towards the veiled creation, tearing its head clean off. Yes! But more of its misshapen monsters are drawn by the spray of blood, and they converge on you in a flurry of claws and teeth. Fresh meat over here! I smell human! Parker, get behind me. You do, but not to hide. You and Gabriel fall back to back, turning in tandem to keep an eye on the failed creation circling you. You press your thumb over the gems in your talisman once more, and the liquid silver from the dead creation siphons off of it to form a ball in front of you. What's it doing? I'm gonna play kitty go fetch the yarn here in a minute with your head. A grin spreads across your face slowly until Gabriel get down, drops to the ground, and you jam your thumb into the talisman, exploding the ball. Liquid silver splatters in all directions, coating the surrounding regions. It burns! Just then, the noise from the rest of the battlefield draws your attention, reminding you of the scope of the battle. Everywhere you look, failed creations litter the ground, unresponsive and unmoving, as full-fledged creations and Venedis are locked in combat. This is chaos, they're everywhere. The fighting is extended all throughout the school. He places a hand on your arm, turning you to face him, and gives you a long, unreadable look before you can ask what he's thinking. He picks you up and leaps. He lands softly on top of the school's rooftop, gently returning you to your feet. What are we doing up here? I needed you out of harm's way, if only for a minute. He gives you another long look before reaching forward and placing a hand gently on your cheek. You turn your face into his touch, relieved to be with him again. I can't tell you how glad I am that you're okay. These things started showing up, and I was so worried. Hey, I promised you'd see me again, didn't I? And I always keep my promises. His thumb brushes against your cheekbone as he breathes out a quiet laugh, his eyes showing nothing but devotion. You do. It wasn't you that I doubted. It was just with the fight here getting so crazy so fast. I was worried I might not be able to hold out long enough to see you again. Gabriel. His admission knocks the breath out of you, and as he pulls you a little closer, it's like the creation's battlefield and all the Crimson Beech fades away. I'm gonna kiss him. You grab his shirt, tugging him towards you and bringing your lips crashing against his. Opening your mouth to deepen the kiss, you wrap your arms around his neck, holding him all the closer. Don't talk like that ever. His arms go tight around you as he gasps your name against your lips, backing you up towards the wall behind you. Parker. The thought of being without him is impossible, and you press yourself even closer, feeling more of him reaffirming that he's really there with you. Nothing will keep us apart from each other, I promise. He lifts you up with ease, and you wrap your legs around him, bringing him even tighter to you as your stomach swoops. I promise to. The sensation, emotions, adrenaline, all of it makes you dizzy, and you want more. But suddenly you feel a third hand on your arm, and you're ripped away from Gabriel. Hate to break up your little moment. The creation grabs you by the neck and forces you back towards the edge of the roof before dangling you over the side. Let her go. Oh, I don't think you want that. You grip tightly onto the hand holding your neck, your toes digging into the ground, desperately seeking more purchase. But suddenly you're hanging on to nothing. The hand around your neck is gone, and you're plummeting towards the ground far below. I've got you. Immediately, you're cradled in something solid and strong. Gabriel has one arm wrapped tightly around you, while the other grips the edge of a hole punched into the wall. Hang on. He scrambles effortlessly back up the wall, vaulting over the edge of the roof with his roar. Big mistake, you bastard! He sets you down before launching himself at the creation, tearing into it with pure rage. A well-timed strike sends it tumbling over the edge of the building. Gabriel turns back to face you, chest heaving as he pants for breath. Creation blood splattered across his cheek. You okay? It was kinda hot. You laugh a little breathlessly, hardly believing the words coming out of your mouth. Didn't know I had a thing for guys fighting savage monsters to save my life, but here we are. You step towards him, taking in the blood-stained clothing, eyes, and skin, the unmistakable flush to his face. You start to reach for a smear of the blood on his cheek, and he catches your hand in his, bringing it instead to his heart, which you feel pounding beneath his heated skin. I'll never let another creation touch you again, I swear it. Your heart trips over itself as the fierceness of his tone. You swallow with difficulty, overcome by the strength of his protectiveness. Gabriel. The sounds of battle! Crash! Whoa. The wall shakes with the force of an impact, and you hear plaster and bricks raining to the ground. You and Gabriel look over the edge of the roof to see... Hey, Scott, how are you? Scott grabs another picnic table and hurls it towards a creation. The creature dodges it out of the way just in time. It dislodges a chunk of earth with its claw, sending it hurling at Scott's head. The hard chunk of dirt smashes him in the face, and he crumples to the ground as the creation stalks powerfully towards him. Gabriel, we gotta get down there. Hang on. He wraps an arm around your waist and leaps off the rooftop, landing lightly into the quad. As soon as you hit the ground, you and Gabe run towards Scott and the creation. This guy's tough, we need a plan. What we need is a little teamwork. Gabe, you hold it steady. Scott and I will handle the rest. On him. Gabriel leaps at the creation, grabbing it for dear life as it thrashes to free itself. Let me go! You dive over to Scott, smacking him hard in the face until he begins to clearly blink himself away. Up and at him, Scott. We need your help. What's the plan? I'll take the creation out with a silver poison from my necklace, blast from my Sunstrike talisman, or a stake from that broken chair. I'm going to do Sunstrike talisman, but I need a clean shot. Think you can help? Consider it done. Scott leaps to his feet, clearing the immediate area of Veneti vampires until Gabriel and the creation are the only ones left in harm's way. Okay, Gabriel, duck. Gabriel lets go of the creation, dives out of the way. The creature lunges towards you, but it's too late. You activate your talisman, sending concentrated sunlight directly at it. As the creation drops to the ground dead, Margot joins you at your side, tired and out of breath. Thanks, but there's a hell of a lot more where that came from. And you gonna leave them for the human and the Clement to take care of, or are you just gonna help us kick some mutant ass? Oh hell yeah, crush them. With a renewed vigor, the Veneti's fight back harder than ever. because that'll really woo them. You and Gabe fighting side by side with all of them. All around you, the tide of the battle begins to turn as Divinities overtake the creations, bringing them down one by one. Good night and don't wake up. Before you know it, you and the vampires look up from the carnage to see one last creation standing by the entrance to the school. Let's finish this attack. Oh, you all run at the creation at full speed, and as the others split off to surround it, you swing your bat towards its head. While the monster slashes upward, snapping the end of your bat clean off. Oh! Think again, pathetic mortal. It leers at you, expecting desperate fear, but instead, a slow smile spreads across your face. It is pathetic enough to keep you distracted. Ah! Fast as lightning, Margot and Scott tackle the creation to the ground as it struggles, and bucks. Gabriel drives the sharp end of a now splintered bat through the creation's heart. The surprise didn't even have time to fade from its face before it goes still on the ground dead. Now that was the last one. We've cleared out the school. We just have to go get back to the red beech tree. Venonite, let's go! Triumphant adrenaline coursing through your veins, you toss your back your head and let out a shout. For Crimson Beech, nobody messes with her home. Your cries echoing off the walls of the school, you charge back to the red beech tree where the Venonite forces are still holding out against the creations. But just before you make it, you hear a horrible scream. Clyde, no! Watch as Clyde squares off against an enormous creation. But mere moments later, it gets both sets of its claws on Clyde and pulls. Ah! Clyde's screams come to an abrupt end as the creature rips him in half, and then it spots you. Do you know who you just made upset by that action there? She will write you a poorly written note. Hello, human. Horror freezes you in place as it lumbers towards you. Then a voice calls out behind you. Avenge him! With the Venonite's battle cry spurring you on, you charge Clyde's killer with a ferocious determination. I'm gonna shoot a crossbow bolt through the heart. Give it a taste of my poison talisman. Rest in pain. Rage in your veins, you activate your poison talisman. And as the creation grabs you, you stab the needle into the side of its neck. For a moment, it fights the poison coursing through its veins, roaring out to the heavens before sinking to its knees and collapsing in a heap of lifelessness. A Venonite helped you to your feet. Thank you, human. I found Cass. Is she still in one piece or multiple? You follow his frantic gaze and spot Cass fending off a horde of creations underneath the red beech tree. Oh yeah, bring it on, bastards. Suddenly, a creation drops down from a branch, coming at Cass from above. You start running towards her. Cass, watch out! You can hardly stand to watch, but just before the creation makes impact, a blur flies at it, knocking it off course. Back off! Seth and the creation grapple together on the ground, each trying to overpower the other. Seth, hold it still. Gabriel sprints from your side towards the creation, and as Seth fights to pin it to the ground, Gabriel slashes its head off with a snarl. Cass raises her eyebrows, looking impressed. Look at you being all lethal. You too, Pipsqueak. Oh, let's make us even for that hunt gone wrong. In your dreams, there are more coming. You, Gabriel, Cass, Seth regroup in front of the tree as more creations fly out of the darkness. Before you can blink, you and the Venonite are swarmed with enemies. We can't let them reach the tree. Use the Silver Sharp Talisman to make them easier to pick off. I mean, we are using a group versus one at a time. Oops, better watch out where you're going. Silver spews out of your talisman, coating the oncoming creation's feet, solidifying at once, leaving them helpless and writhing. Ah, badass. Let's take him on. Gabe, Cass, Seth surge forward, working together to pick off the immobile creations one by one. Your heart soars as you see the venom eyes all around you, holding their ground against the creations, and gradually they begin to outnumber the enemy. Show them our might, venom eyes. Have no mercy. Oh my god, we can do this. Your excitement suddenly rises to a fever pitch when you hear the stomping of an incoming troops. Clement's charge. Led by Lou and the remaining Clements flood onto the battlefield, sealing the creations in from behind. For Crimson Beech, the creations' numbers dwindle before your eyes, and hope rises in your chest, nearly bowling you over. This is it, we're gonna win. You haven't even met the boss yet. This is like clearing trash. But then the ground begins to shake violently beneath you. What the hell? The boss has arrived. Suddenly the ground explodes as a huge burst of energy rips through the battlefield, sending everyone flying, slam into the ground. Your eyes flutter back open. You try to find Gabe, Cass, anyone, but instead you see him approaching. You look fabulous, by the way. The creator strides onto the battlefield, the power around him so intense it feels like the air is crushing you flat to the ground. I think this little charade has gone on long enough. The creator slowly raises his hand, the movement filling you with an ice-cold dread. You watch in horror as the energy around him pulls towards his hand. No. What are you? The energy blasts outward, slamming into you with an indescribable force, and wiping out half of the Crimson Beech vampire forces in a single blast. Well, without further ado, thanks for watching. Love your beautiful faces. Remember to like and share the video, and head on down to the description below, and links to a bunch of stuff. Consider checking it out. And make sure to subscribe, and make sure that if you want to receive notifications for when content does go up, to hit that little bell icon. So without further ado, sorry about being a little late today, IRL stuff happens, but without further ado, Lacona Aquin, if you know what that means, cool. If not, I guess sometime, somewhere, you'll have to figure out what that means. Until then, I've left you with a mystery. Good day!